Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Andy in Singapore. For today's video, we are going to take a look at this new Seiko quartz model. This is a JDM model. Reference number for the watch is SBTH009. This model line was launched sometime in November 2024, and at the launch, they had three colorways. They've got the champagne dial version, black dial version, and of course, for the 009, this has a deep blue sunburst style and it just looks beautiful. So this range of Seiko quartz falls under the Seiko Selection Series. They are JDM models, so they're only found on Seiko's Japanese website. There are not too many videos found on this new model, but I have seen some Japanese reviewers saying that this is like a mini Grand Seiko. Obviously, they're referring to the looks as well as the finishing found on the watch case. And this upgrade in terms of finishing is very evident, so you can see that this is really nice finishing. Although I'm not too sure if it's really on par with Grand Seiko standards. And now with the lens slightly zoom in, let's take a closer look at the SBTH009 Selection Quartz model. It's got a case size of 37.3 millimeters and it's got a thickness of 8.6 millimeters. Obviously, this is due to the quartz movement, and you definitely get a much thinner case with quartz movement. The caliber here is 6N53, which is a three-hander, and it's got day-date complication. And we also have a kanji day wheel. We've got a lug width of 20 millimeters, thereby making this a strap monster. So this kind of style, this kind of look, I think it's going to look good with a nice leather strap as well. L to L here is just under 43 millimeters. Again, this is going to make the watch very wearable, and I think this is a really good everyday watch. We've got a flat sapphire crystal with AR coating, and this really shows off the beautiful blue sunburst dial. There's also 100 meters water resistance, and this watch with its full bracelet unsized comes in at around 106 grams. The street price for the watch is about $280. You can definitely get this one from our boutique, and this is where the watch was loaned in from. Let me take some time to thank Eric at the Our Boutique for so generously loaning me all the watches for my videos. So let's move on and talk about the case build quality. As mentioned earlier in this video, I watched a Japanese reviewer saying that this is like a mini GS. In the reviewer's video, he's trying to say that the finishing here in the watch case is of very high quality, high standards. And I must agree. Now, to compare, I have my Seiko quartz watch here. So in terms of finishing, we can see that they are very different. Let's just take a look at the polish bezel. I think I'm going to use the primitive way to show you how good the polishing is on this bezel. So let me just try to show you some reflections. So you're actually looking at the reflection of my tripod, I think. So you can see that the reflection here is crisp and clear, almost mirror-like. Whereas on the cheaper model here, you can see that the reflection is slightly fuzzy. So I guess this is what the reviewer was telling us about, and I must agree that the Selection quartz here has a much better finishing. So I like the fact that there's more brush surfaces on the watch case, and the brushing here looks really good as well. We've got a bit of polish bevel at the lug area, again making this really nice in terms of finishing and execution. So while the finishing here is not quite Grand Seiko level, I must say that this is on par or even slightly better than the $1,000 mark Presage models. Really good finishing here found on the Seiko Selection quartz. Then we also have a nicer sapphire crystal with AR coating, so you can see from this comparison that at my cheaper SGGA quartz, there's plenty of reflection going on, whereas with the AR coating on the Selection S, it looks clearer, and obviously this is a much nicer watch. Now the bracelet is where the weakness shows up on the Selection quartz. It is still a folded end link bracelet, and we've got this cheapo looking stem clasp, which is almost entirely the same as my SGGA quartz. The same build quality with the folded end links. So while holding this watch, I can see and feel that the case is really nicely done. A few levels above the entry-level Seikos, but this bracelet here remains very basic and it just screams low quality. Now onto the dial design and the colors found on this dial. I would say this deep blue sunburst dial is just beautiful and it looks great with the right amount of light play. Very subtle shade of blue from afar, looks dark, but when you turn and you get in the right amount of light play, it just shines, looks very good. And the indices here are also very nicely polished and applied. Even the dolphin hands here, nicely executed, nice polishing found on the hands. And here comes my usual rant on Seiko dials, alright? They have a really nice sunburst blue dial, but they would just have a weird looking large day-date window here, which really stands out like a sore thumb. So I'm not a big fan of this day-date window. It is way too big, too long, and of course the white background is not helping. It just stands out too much. Let's have a look at the stage wrist shot of the SBTH009, 37.3mm case size. Thickness is only 8.6 mm and it wears so well. It feels so light at around 100 grams with bracelet unsigned. And together with a short L to L distance, this watch wears really well on even smaller wrists like mine. So for size comparison, the SGGA 61 Uncle looking quartz. Both these watches are about 37mm case size, but due to the larger crystal, right, the Seiko Selection looks just a bit bigger. So we also have a size comparison between the Seiko Selection and my own Tissot PRX35. You can see that the PRX35 looks like it is about the same size despite being the smaller watch. I think this is due to the cushion case or the integrated bracelet design. So in terms of case finishing, I would say the Seiko is of a higher level when compared to the Tissot PRX. So the brushing here is much nicer. And in terms of polishing found on the bezel and the chamfers, it is also of higher quality. So all in all, really nice casework and finishing found on this new Seiko Selection quartz. It is definitely worth the upcharges in terms of case finish. So when it comes to the bracelet, I think this is still stuck in about 3 decades before, and it definitely needs a better bracelet on this watch. So there you have it. That was my full review of the new Seiko Selection quartz SBTH009. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel because I've got new videos uploaded every week just for you. Together with George and Roly Poly, we're gonna say goodbye now. See you next week. Bye.